Excuse me, slow her down just a tinge. Just a wee bit. Sure when we let off from our last patrol if this was actually the ship that we left. Looks like it's listing quite a bit. I can't tell if it just got hard on the turn or what. I think they're just changing course quite a bit from what I can gather. From what I can tell. Tricky part is now we're heading into daylight as well in a few hours. He's only going 8 knots, but we are really gaining. The other thing too is I think we're running just a tinge low on torpedoes. T2s. can really do right now is try to see if we can get in position for that tanker. Let's see. Question becomes, what are they looking up the shore for? It's a little goofy. It's listing crazy. Depth reading here, see what we can find, if anything. 49 meters. Yikes. Perfect. That's our guy. Let's see, 2 masts, stack there. velocity here. These things are so big, it's like measuring a school bus. This thing's so bad. Right, let's figure out the course here. Next thing we're going to do is get an engineer on the torpedoes that are left. These puppies warmed up. Yeah, we'll do what we can. I think the way we've had some issues with duds, I'm not even going to chance it. We're just going to go for 2 right off the rip. And then whatever's left, we'll try to salvage and just bust out of here and go back toward our patrol area. We've got well above the required tonnage to handle this single patrol. start working out our angle and speed. Distance, rather, not speed. We'll see what happens. Just a hair more. What's gonna be bad? See, now they're actually in a position to where they should have been, arguably, to help protect these boats. This guy's kind of useless, but these two are right where they want to be. So basically, we're going to be firing off torpedoes, and we're going to have to cut and run immediately, and just hope that we can get the detonation. Let's check the maintenance. Everything's good, plenty of time there. We are very, very close. This done just in the nick of time. So I think what we're gonna do, let's go ahead and calculate course one last time. Oops. $72 degrees. Distance. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. change the speed on these puppies though. Go ahead and clean this up, and then we are gonna boogie out of here. Is he acting scared? Is the captain like ready to freak out? What is that all about, sir? I think if we're within range of the hydrophone, we can still get credit for the kill, because we'll be able to distinguish between ships. Let's see. See. It's giving the illusion of crazy high speed right now, that's for sure. Close.
Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag.
I swear if they both dud, I'm gonna be so sad.
Torpedoversager.
No.
Torpedoversager.
Wow. Oh, T2s, they're terrible. Yikes. Oy. There's nothing I could have even done there to hope for a better result either. Just need to get the heck up out of here. Sheesh. Talk about buzzkill. Craziness. 2 duds. That's why nobody plays the early stages. They get the better torpedoes. T2s are like Russian roulette. I don't really want to speed speed up too much yet until I know if they're going to react negatively to our speed, which I feel like they won't. Just don't know. Ooh, little bit. We could take him off attack periscope. Just get outside their range. We've got one torpedo left. I'm just debating how badly. What's up, Loki? Who you calling a nerd? Speed up a tad. Let's go ahead and surface 2. About to make kids cry in the PvP zone. Oh my god. Sounds like a good time. You are pretty much an unkillable rock now, so. Squeak out one more kill there. Can't believe 2 duds. That is like horrific. Just not a fun time. Now we gotta go all the way. How are their waypoints clear over here for? Compressor shut off, perfect. I suppose we can do a little time compression here. The lag with this UBE mod causes stuff to not go so well in time compression. Suppose we can slow down a tad. We're not fleeing anything at the moment. And at this point, it's going to come down to, what do I have? 1 torpedo. And deck gun if we get an unarmed opportunity. Those escorts, that wasn't really possible. let's go ahead and stop here and have a listen if there's anything outside that port that might be an easy pick-in. Although I gotta say my confidence in these T2s is shaken now, which is not cool. Not a huge fan. Lots of depth. What campaign are you doing right now? We're early on. It's middle of December 1939. It's kind of a fresh start, really. A couple playthroughs on it, but I tend to go pretty slow. We're still using T1s and T2s, none of the snorkel and all the fancy fun gadgets, I guess. Is this guy wearing like a designer shirt? What the hell? That's weird. Let's get somebody. Mr. Schuster, you can give us some audio listening. Yeah, it's kind of a fresh playthrough with our UBE mod on this time, which I'd never really played with before, so I'm kind of testing that out a little bit for myself. Dope. I just downloaded UBE, so gonna do a fresh campaign. I've never done the later ones, though. It looks tough. I do hear that they are pretty tough. Several of the guys that pop in the stream regularly are like in 1944, late 1944. I know it's considerably more difficult for sure. That's what we're trying out, is the UBE. It's pretty fun. I like a lot of the stuff it adds. Just kind of testing the waters, so to speak, with it. It's pretty cool. Definitely think it's a pretty fun mod, pretty intricate. Adds a lot. Let's see. Anything other than the convoys that we were after before? Or what's left of them. Tricky part is I still don't understand what is going on with this weird marking for the patrol zone. Like, I know this area kind of counts as our patrol, but I have no idea what's attempting to go on here. It seems like it's a little warped. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Hopefully your campaign goes well here if you're starting over fresh. Thank you. You too. For sure. Anything quite yet. It's about morning. I would be super happy to get far enough to get the snorkel. That seems like it would be super useful. As well as the improved torpedoes. These T2s have been an abomination. Propeller noise. That's our old convoy, I think, what's left of it. our patrol zone, I guess. It won't do me much good to stray off course this far away. We're low on torpedoes. I suppose we could try to rearm or call for resupply. I've actually never done that before to this point. Small group, 5 to 12. Yikes. Just don't think we want that size convoy when we're not well supplied at the moment. And this close to hostile ports, it's almost guaranteed to have escorts, I would say. Maybe not. I don't know. I guess that's a 50-50 thing. Maybe, maybe not. Having sighted a small group of merchant ships. Grid AN269. Observed course is northeast and approximate speed 6 knots. AN269. I wonder if that is... No, that is not the group we were just kind of looking at. That's them, but trucking along quite a ways away. Suppose we can outrun them though. We'll go take a peek. If it's only a merchant, I'd be okay with that. Easy kill, maybe bust out the deck gun. Save our Russian roulette T2. Too choppy on us trying to go that far away. Still want to know like what the hell is going on here with this mess. Is this intended to be like a solid square and somehow it just bugged or what? Looks a little funky here though too. Square 514, course 285, 7 knots, 514. I feel like that's pretty far away. That's probably the group we left, what was left of them. Yeah, forget that. We're gonna go after the easy fish. Or try. Speaking of military stuff, I saw the trailer today for that new Napoleon movie with Joaquin Phoenix. That looks so good. I can't wait to watch that. Ridley Scott. Looks like it might be good. Are we going to be able to close the distance on this guy? guess I should give them a little bit of normal lighting. They're probably fed up with this red light. It feels like it's been a month. Of course, it's getting a little choppy too when we might be action on the deck gun. Yikes. Just a little rough. Just a little. Top off our little fancy front stubs. Let's see if we can find this bum. I swear if we get close to him and it blows up a hell of a storm. Oh. 1064 reports having sighted a small group of merchant ships. Observed course is north and approximate speed 10 knots. Let's see where the hell that was. Hell, we might be able to turn around and go after him. We're gonna try to polish off this guy though. See, it's got us bumped down already to 15 knots. Playlist tonight though, I am not a fan. I'll have to change this up. Just not thrilled about it. Lo-fi stuff wasn't bad. This is like not even remotely what it feels like the playlist would be. Get something a little chill. Additions. Let's see if we can find this guy. I hope it does not start storming. Does look like it's a wee bit foggy. I think it's going to be a little too rough to hope that I'm going to see smoke or something quite yet this time of day. Auto save. For the sake of some reference point. I feel like he is definitely not doing 6 knots or whatever it said he was. We're closing the gap, but it sure doesn't feel that quick. We are close. Yeah, and we can't see anything. Should definitely be... Jet, what's up? Yeah, no visual. I just don't always trust the range that they like to give sometimes, especially trying out this UBE. It feels a lot different. How's your evening going, sir? Good, good. Fair's solid. Yeah, we're good over here. A little warmer today, not too crazy though. Pretty good day, catching up on things. There's some smoke. Definitely looks a little red on that flag. Shipping transport. They go ahead and say they were able to distinguish it's UK there. Saw monsoon weather in NY. Are you getting any of that? No, we're actually not. We had a storm pass through yesterday. I was actually on the road traveling a bit for some family things, and somehow I missed like 95% of what passed through. Like, I saw a little bit of rain on the road, but like, we're talking barely enough to warrant like the use of wipers. And then upon getting home, things were like, the ground was barely wet, but I guess a little bit of wind passed through. Our power had flickered. I could tell some of the clocks were reset. So yeah, I must have missed it, most of it myself. Maybe what caught you guys passed by us. Typically it does kind of skirt north of us. So you guys might have caught the thick of it, it sounds like. Last visual. I haven't checked the weather today actually, but I think today and tomorrow is slated to be sunshine and pretty warm. But then after tomorrow, we're looking at like 3 to 4 days of 50-50 chance of rain and storms and whatnot. So it's a little crummy later this week for sure. Let's see. I feel like there's no way that guy's doing 6 knots, like not even remotely. Feels so fast. Really don't want us on alarm either. There's no need for that right now. Keep getting Kurt on like manual triggered view. He should be just automatic on his schedule. This one we're gonna try to just get close enough to even warrant the use of the deck gun, because our last patrol, we ended up going after so many tankers and bigger ships that we have like 1 torpedo left. And at the very start of the stream, I attempted to polish off the last tanker in a convoy, and we literally had 2 duds again of the T2s. They are like cursed in this playthrough. We were perfect angle, stat, everything, distance, speed, identification, the whole 9, and just thumbs down on the luck to start. Depth? Let's take a look. I am curious myself. I would imagine out here probably fairly deep. Yeah. Let's see if we can 140 meters under the boat. New pistol, no, we don't have that upgrade from headquarters yet, so I'm sure that has something to do with it, but definitely did not have good luck with the old T2s. A lot of duds. And I couldn't switch to deck gun or even think about that. It had a three destroyer escorts that was at the end of the last ship that we were attempting to get a lucky hit on. The escorts were positioning themselves between me and him, so there was no way I was going to attempt it. That should be your first tech to research. We'll look into it. not too far along yet. Middle of December when we get back, we might be able to spare somebody for it. Although well, we do have the extra engineer now, so it'd probably be a good attempt. Picked him up end of last patrol, I believe. We're still not close enough to this guy, not even a little bit. Hope I can even get... Duds are way less after that. Good to know. We'll check it out. As long as I feel like I can balance out the officers pretty well, I'm totally comfortable getting some research going that we can do within our timeline, but without those officers, man, it makes it rough, which I learned the hard way. I feel like I'm not going to be able to see this guy. Well, as I say that, I'll stop with the alarm. Goodness. Our distance here a bit, or try to, and bust out the old deck gun, which I think I want to check that on our... Okay, so he does have the gunner skill, because I think on the old UBE mod it's a lot more strict about who can hop on some of the stations. I have only had one dud out of 20 plus torps, and it was probably an old T1 now that I think about it. Nice. Definitely, we were higher than that on this one, but we still got the ship sunk, but definitely probably wasted a couple torpedoes that could have been better use. Angle has to be right on until you get the pistol upgrade. Gotcha. Let's see, let's put... That's interesting. It's not giving him the ability to get on the deck gun. That is something I don't know that I like about this UBE mod. So how in the hell are you not going to let one of the two officers that should be able to do that? Crew management. You're saying you just have to have like a number on it, maybe, to allow him? Gotcha. I wondered. Maybe. So he definitely has the ability or skill point. Still not showing. That's because I put it under the wrong one. Duh. There we go. Let's try that again. Still not showing up though. High sea state. Just a guess, they probably wanted to make it more like Silent Hunter 3. Well. Well, that'll make it tricky because we may have already alerted him, and I'm definitely at a crappy angle now to even attempt the one T2 we have. Definitely wasn't prepared to position myself right for that. That sucks. I don't know that I like that, even though you could argue realism is better over the other. Used to just being able to switch and hop on if need be. Hmm. He's not alerted to us somehow, which is kind of mind-boggling. I feel like we're pretty damn close. Worst case, you can delete all numbers and have 9 on gun to force that officer to do it as long as he is a leader. Yeah, but I'm thinking this mod, the UBE mod, kind of has it a little goofed up where it's not going to allow us because of, like Cosmo said, maybe some kind of funky state, etc. Like the game is trying to say, oh, it's a little too rough, etc. for somebody to be. Because, like, see that? Even changing the number, the option's not even there. Well, we changed the number, but at least for Kurt. I don't know. I was gonna say just now, Cosmo, I wonder if we try to first person this. We might give her a shot and see if it'll even let us take over.
Kapitän.
Let's see what happens. Oh. I'm all for some first person shenanigans. 0 all but 88 Boxy will definitely do it. I got you. Required weapons operator. What the hell is even that? Interesting. For now, let's leave him on here. They just set off the alarm, which I can hear. Yikes. Yeah, gunner skill, that's what's got me confused, because if you go to here, we'll kind of pause her for a second. If we look at his skills, we picked up this gunner right here. Officer shoots more accurately from cannon and guns. In manual mode, recoil stabilization increases. Leaders, that's what I thought too. Well, let's try, we'll give Jets tip here some attempt and see. Because the reality is the position we're in, there's no way without still nothing there. Another rule is that rest has to be the highest number in the row. So you're saying you have to have a number in there for rest, correct? Yeah, UBE is fun, but it definitely tweaks a few things that when you don't know, you don't know. See, it doesn't even list it as an available option, which sucks. What the hell are you doing standing down here? Let's take one more look in first person just for curiosity's sake. Yeah. Let's take one more look, but either way, we might be a little screwed on that one. Weapons operator, what the hell is that? Yeah, it'll let you interact with the storage, but definitely does not let's go and set him back to what we were rocking before, just to now we can't really do jack squat. I almost have to just go beat around the patrol or pretty much start over like a new game to, because we could resupply the torpedoes, but then if I still have the same issue with the deck gun, it's kind of unusable. So then we're going to be chasing our tail for torpedoes every time. Weapons operator allows radio officers and engineers to man the deck gun and turrets. It's a trait skill. It's not going to work, Swanky. So you're saying Cosmo, it's, let's check. Alright, well I'll try your thing, Jet, and see. So far I haven't been able to even get it to show up on the list, though, is the only issue. So we'll zero everything out. Put your max thing on rest. Oh, for Christ's sakes, I hate that. And let's see if it changes anything. Really? He just automatically goes towards it. Huh. I definitely want to figure out the other issue, though, like how to warrant who can get on that. It's kind of goofy. I don't want to have to change that every time. Let's slow the hell down now. Everything else is meaningless. Weird. Not a fan. Kind of a funky interaction to have to do just to get them the... Good to know. I appreciate the tip. That is weird, though, for sure. We got HE, armor piercing. Too fast right now. I just want to see what we're looking at for a shot. Just close the gap a tad and then we'll slow down. Well, I see what you're saying. I mean, that I get you can change the priorities and whatnot, and it doesn't hurt anything. But I mean, like, I guess what I'll have to clarify for myself to wrap my brain around is, like, I don't want him to just automatically go to deck gun. Like, we still need him to do his priority task, right? Like observation, etc. So unless I can get that to work with it, then I might have to tweak something, because it's good to know I can do that and get it to work, but you definitely I want to have some form of a schedule for him for sure, without having to worry about changing that manually. Let's see if we can cut the speed just a tinge. If he cannot do that job because someone is there underwater, he does the next highest number and so on. Yeah, I get the idea, I guess, behind the management. I don't know, it's just different than how it is without that UBE mod on, for sure. Like for my medic is 10, hydro is 0. Right. Let's see. I guess if we can get a shot on this guy, I might want to put somebody on. Just want to see if it helps stabilize just a tad. Oof. This doesn't feel like an easy shot. A little low. definitely see that one. Might have whiffed it. A little low on that one. I definitely like the idea. I agree with you on not having like a ton of tasks. The bad thing is, again, when it's this early on and I'm just starting out, I don't have a surplus of officers to specialize with though too. So that's kind of something I got to worry about. It's a luxury I'd like to have for sure. Let's see if we can get something into the hall here. Actually, I should. That's the other thing I think I talked about with Cosmo last stream was this UBE mod has like the HP and some of the like ship data kind of goofed up almost for like debugging purposes, so I can't really see like when they exactly start taking loss to like hull integrity. It's kind of frustrating. Oh, just a hair short. That was bad. Felt that one as soon as I let her fly. Smart enough just to get in a position where I can't really get a good shot without having to move again. Yeah, for sure. Steep learning curve. We'll get there. Yeah, I got the zoom on it. I just wanted to try to get a little more up beside him, and he's obviously trying to fight for his life, so he knows that provide less of a little profile to me. Yeah. It's definitely a little far. I slowed down, and he's still up there cooking pretty good. Should probably have you watching our back here because somebody or plane or something crazy is going to come swooping in here. Might be a tad better. Let's see if I can slow down. I just don't like that you can't see the visual for the health bar now. Because you kind of don't know until you either start to see like a really bad list or like if they just abandon or a fire or something. Next to impossible to get nice and close to the water line. That was about the best I could get. That might help. Let's see if we can move a little bit closer. That'll give them a second to see if that fire helps get the job done. I was telling Cosmo last stream, when you hover over it, like it's saying total compartment damage, it's like some kind of modifier maybe, and then water tanked. But I don't know, like we talked about, it almost looks like it's kind of like a debugging info or something. Got the fire on board, and he definitely now looks like he might be hurting a little bit. I think we might have put a hole in him up there. I would have to assume. One thing I've noticed too on this UBE mod is when they start taking on water, it seems like they go down really quickly, like way quicker than usual. To hear a ship taking on water, that is really cool, Cosmo. Wonder if we can do it right now. Let's throw somebody on just to see. I might not be able to with the tunes in the background. I might have to drown those out. You hear the water rushing into the hull. That's pretty cool. Let's, I'm eager to try this out just to see if I can hear. Let's pause the old tunes for a second. Let's see if we can hear it. I think our in-game sounds were really low though. Let's see. Let's bump her up just a tad. Oh, we're on the surface. I'm not gonna hear jack squat. What am I doing? Yeah, we won't be able to hear it on the surface, but that's interesting. I'm very interested to check that out. Huh. Something worth trying out at some point. Right now, I guess I should be looking to see, make sure he's actually gonna go. They literally have not abandoned ship yet. Love it. Like a toilet on flush. Oh, come on, guys. Like, how are you not gonna leave that ship? Alright, well, here's what we're gonna do, since we're right up in your face now, is just put a shell right through the... or I'm gonna whiff it. Come on. Maybe they all died. They went down to plug the hole and just all drowned in the compartment. That's horrible. Look at it. There's no... Okay, now they're evacuating after it's literally capsizing. God. That was hilarious. Like, I think she's done for now. I don't think you're riding that one out. We used to say that in motocross. Like, you're not going to ride that one out. You're going down. She's gone. Couple bubbles left and that's it. Now we have to get him switched back though, so we don't oh my god, I hate this method of keying these in, how it like stops you after a single digit. My gosh. 11, thank you. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Now that we've really went out of our way. Arrow keys when in the box, yeah. just a bad habit of mine, I guess, from playing other games and whatnot. The interface, like, I'm not used to the way it reacts. It's all good. I could have worse complaints. I guess let's just see if we can at least get into that vicinity. That's another funky thing that's going on, which I think some of you have already seen. Like, what the hell's going on here with this? Like, are we supposedly talking like a patrol box here? Because I don't know what the hell that is, and it's a little goofed up. The game was made. Let's speed her up just a tad. I guess I'll check my little tedious stuff here. I'm gonna kick some tunes on again for myself. You said a little bit ago there, Loki, you're running the Red Sands. You guys are running around destroying low-level players, huh? I should have stopped for those. That's one thing I did forget. No officers. Grab them. We'll give them some food. Get that XP. Alright. Now we can boogie out of here. Kind of don't like that either, how it gives you the like the notification that like there's a group or convoy or something, but it's like counting the lifeboats and sunken ship. It's kind of goofy. Like they need to have that just disappear. Still on. Yeah, lighting, we're good. Heading into the middle of the night. There's that other single ship that was radioed to us. It's coming right at us, actually. 293 reports having sighted a group of warships. No, thank you. Observed course is west to southwest and approximate speed 9 knots. Where are they, just for reference sake? 449 south, and they were heading 249. Hopefully they don't come too far. Oh gosh. Rough water again all over. A little bit compared to how placid it was at the beginning of the patrol. Let's see. Anything else? No, we don't have to worry about torps because we're down to the last one. Bow anyway. I guess this guy, 12 knots, and he's headed kind of right at us. I really don't want to sit there that long, though. I guess we could get on the western side of him and turn around. If it's only a single ship, we could bust out the deck gun again. Might try that just for shits and gigs. It's thing is, I don't want to keep chasing everybody around while we're this far outside of the patrol zone because it's cool to have the action, but we're not progressing the patrol. It's going to be like 3 streams deep before I leave the same patrol. So we'll sit here for a second and see what we can find here with him. Should be able to receive. Bulk. I don't know why that name sticks out to me. It's easy to remember. Reports having sighted a group of warships. Oh no. It's the same group, I think. It should be those guys. Although they definitely changed course. Well, it says 249. A little further south than I anticipated. These guys were heading, what, 12 knots? We're gonna have to speed it up a bit, close that gap. All we gotta do is get close enough to take some shots on the deck gun. It's definitely tweaked a few things with like the crew management and whatnot, because I never had to do that before, like toggle, you know, crew off of the officer when they're off duty or idle, which it is weird that he keeps going idle. Like usually that would be, they'd either go to rest or go to like a secondary assigned task. It's definitely different. Like I notice a difference just in the time I've played. I don't know. I'll have to tweak that a bit when I get back to port, or like do it off stream when it's just me messing around with settings and whatnot. It's a little funky. As many officers that you have, there are only 4 beds. Oh, I never gave that thought. Pro tips. Pro tips. The hell he do? Slow way down now? It seems like he's not moving. Heading 10 knots. Let's see. Looks like a big one too. We could try to get that one T2 we have, but Captain gets his own bed. That's true too. I know in reality they had their own little space there, curtain and whatnot. Little minimal privacy, I guess. I guess we'll try, since he's unescorted, to use up that torpedo on this guy, but the way things have been going at last stream and this one, I don't feel very confident that we're actually going to get a connect on this one. Why are we triggering the alarm here? Just because it's a hostile flag? I have to speed up, we're too far away. Try to remember what I've learned. Gosh. Small group merchant ships. We'll check that out after. See where it's at. Hopefully not 15 miles away again. Tip C3 shoot back 5-inch guns, I think they have. Good to know. Cosmo helped me out quite a bit at our last patrol when I got a late start that night, and we sent a couple of these to the bottom pretty well, so it definitely helped me learn a little basics. Let's that's probably then why they're triggering the alarm, because it's something that's actually somewhat armed. Also, we were talking last stream about it's kind of weird that it like pretty much tells you what it is, like without distinguishing the ship, etc. It's a little strange. Is that, it's a, not a tanker, it would be a frigate, correct? Freighter? Yeah, C3. They trigger the alarm because it's an enemy vessel. Yeah, the flag they fly. See? That's what we suspected. Degrees. Probably get, as I'm always forgetting this. Then do that. Yeah, the mod thing was definitely a learning experience on top of everything else, but you know, the way I look at it is you pretty much have to mess around and try things out to find out what you like and don't like, at least for me. There's definitely certain things I think are kind of a welcome addition, and then a few little things that I could do without or could care less, so I guess that's how you figure it out. I have a strong feeling this isn't gonna go off. We've had some really bad luck with these. We have the deck gun, but it's nighttime, so we have that going for us as well, I guess. I'd really like the torpedo to do the heavy lifting here. We shall see. We shall see. Maintenance is almost up. Cosmo, I have 4 mods in mind for my next playthrough: TDC, Compass, Hard Scope, and Attack. That would be cool. TDC, I'm very much still interested in learning that. We talked about it last stream, and I felt like I had the basics understood, but something with the angle on bow is what I was goofing up. I remember you kind of walked me through it a little better, so it was probably, I'm sure, my human error. But aside from that, I think I have a basic understanding of it. Let's see. Let's put you on. Yeesh. The one here. Can't change the speed on the T2 either. I might also get the variable ship speed mod. There's so many in there is the thing, right? Which is a good thing. I love that there's options for everybody to kind of customize it to their own liking. There's so much in that workshop. Figure up our Is it time to fire now? Probably not. I feel like that angle's a little funky. It's more just me kind of running through like a mental checklist to make sure I'm not too rusty after a couple days of being away. Because that is not going to be... It's going to be less than 90 degrees, but it's not going to be quite 90. Which, if I'm not mistaken, I definitely do not want to be over 90, correct? We want to try to keep it as close to that as possible by the time the impact happens. Let's do a hate that this keeps coming on. Distance 3.3 kilometers. Can't change the speed, which I know we talked about last stream, but that's only the T1s. Let's see. Is it 2? It's almost morning here in less than an hour, roughly. Traveling at 12 knots though, which is going to mean he's going to close that gap. It's oh my god, the scope, man. Resetting constantly, using the zoom, the whole nine. You can also run parallel to its course to get in a better firing position. I feel like just between the T2 and the fact that, you know, my positioning isn't always right spot on ideal, it's probably going to dud and we're going to be left to our abilities with the deck gun. Less than 90 for sure. Well, hey, you learn. Hindsight for me in this game's always 20/20. It's easy to realize what you could have done differently. Does that say Empire? I wanted to say that said carrot. Cabot, maybe?
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg zum Ziel.
Empire Cabot it is. My eyes weren't that bad, I guess. Almost 22-degree lead angle for that ship. Oh, and he's turned away from it now. Worst case scenario. Wow. Yeah, that's zero chance in hell, I'd say now. What in the flip? Yeah, we're not even going to be close this time. I don't know, it doesn't show that it's alerted on there, Cosmo, but he sure acted like it, like he peeled off really hard. There's no alert symbol, it's just that we have a visual on him. It's just like that's what I mean, this UBE mod, at least for this save file, I really feel like it has kind of, I don't want to say bugged, but really changed like a few things that maybe aren't supposed to normally be that way. Because like random stuff like these course changes happens like really aggressively. Could have, yeah. Maybe he just had a
20 Sekunden.
God, about had it with the scope. Yeah, it's just gonna ding off of him if it even
10
hits him.
Sekunden bis Einschlag. Der A ging daneben, Herr Kaloy.
Totally missed how hard he turned. Alright, well let's clean this mess up and then see if I can even get some shots on him with a deck gun, but I'll try to be as careful as possible. The fact that he can shoot back, I guess. Let's peel you off there. I guess we're gonna have to manually change this, which is a massive pain in the arse. I think we changed that to 12 last time, but let's see if it'll... No, literally has to be 12 for that. That's super irritating too. Didn't we have to have sleep higher? No, I think that was the last torpedo we had on the bow. Right before, you might have not been in stream yet, where we left off in the last patrol, the last tanker, I had one, we had two on the bow, and I fired one off. Rounds out. Stern we have, but I feel like that's, for my mediocre skill level, is probably not the best idea. Try to line up the butt end and get the right angle with that. Yeah, we do have the stern torpedoes. No difference. We'll see if I can fumble my way through it, I guess. Guess at this point, let's not get too awfully close. The bad part of this is the timing's going to be, it's going to turn to daylight and he's probably going to see us. Fart in his general direction. Does look like the ship had hit a waypoint. Bad timing. Yeah, definitely. Come on, you guys should know this save file that we're like the masters of bad timing. Yeah, he must have bounced off his route, and I don't know, maybe he's, who knows? Who knows what they're doing? I'd feel a little more confident about it if it was going to remain nighttime, but probably right about the time we get ahead of him, he's going to be, plus he is moving 12 knots, which I keep forgetting. Let's see if we can get ahead of him here. If he was going like 7 or 8 knots, it'd be probably significantly easier, but the fact that he's cooking is definitely not giving me much room for error. It's pretty fast for a big ship, I feel like. Even Steven, if you go on with the deck gun and flak firing, we'll try to use up the torpedo, get a little practice with that. I don't know that I've ever used the stern torpedoes in this. Maybe one of my first playthroughs, just messing around. Can probably get turned here. Skip forward just a tad more. I'd rather give myself a little extra time. Worst case scenario, Jet, if it does backfire in my face, like it just may, we'll up and use the deck gun, assuming that we can. Let's go a little further while we still have visual. Now, I guess slow down. We're gonna have to kind of aim our rear end. Pulling the old U-571 movie maneuver, minus the whole destroyer thing and the ship sinking. Yet. Let's put you need to do that maintenance. I'm trying to think if there's anything else prior. Can stop. Yeah, I guess we don't want to get too far away from him, right? And I forget. I want to say what's in the stern might be a T2 if I'm not mistaken. Oh, we got some water in here too. Let's get that pumped out of here. It is a T2. No. – 5 kilometer range, remember that. Let's see. He is probably, get our bearings here so I can remember where the hell I'm looking. He's gonna be pretty far away. No, we can't do it with this. I can technically, but I'd rather not. That's true, we might have to kick her into reverse. It's alright, we'll figure it out. On the attack scope yet, sir? No, you're not. Now you are. Where are we at here? Shut that off. This roughly. Say that's pretty close. About 3.8 kilometers, we'll say, at the moment. Did they get that warmed up, I'm assuming? Yeah. Alright. So, now... don't forget to get the ship's new course. Yeah, let's do... I guess, okay, here's like a point of, I don't want to say confusion for me, but maybe like uncertainty as some of these things, and you guys can clarify this, I'm sure. So, like, right now, say we're sitting here, figure out the course, plug it in, right? Where the disconnect happens for me sometimes is his course is going to, well, okay, let me think of how I'm wording this for you to not make myself sound like an absolute idiot. His course, generally speaking, is going to stay the same unless he's alerted or hits like a waypoint, etc., like we talked about. But as he's moving, that's going to affect angle on impact, correct? To an extent. So what part of that do I need to be weary of, you know, when firing? Like, the goal is to get it close to 90 degrees, correct? So you don't want to, you know, wait too long, too early, etc. I guess what I'm asking is, like, what is your rule of thumb with this? Because, you know, my interest in history in these, I don't know the exact tactics down to, like, what they did. You have to have 0 degree horizontal hit angle. You want to have. Okay. Gotcha. So as long as you're within, you know, the range of what the torpedo can run at its certain speed, model, etc., that's the goal, is to have cross the T. You're just saying, like, where it intercepts jet, like from, you know, his course to where mine would be, etc. Basically the same thing Cosmo's saying, like it would be a 0 degree horizontal hit angle. Let's see. I guess right now let's do make the letter T out of you and the target. I gotcha. Yeah. When you have a tube flooded, the horizontal hit angle will be accurate. Yeah. I guess I'll explain here in 1 second too what my other thought with this was. 50 degrees. Oh my god, what are we doing here? We are a mess with the old periscope thing. What did I say that was? 50? That would be... Actually, yeah, that would be right. So 22 degrees, we want to try to get that closer to 0 before we fire. And then overall, we're trying to keep it. I'm slowly piecing it together. We don't have that pause, do we? No, we're good. I hope the time of day he does not happen to see us. We're not crazy close. It's just gonna be on the outside of our clear sight anyway. And get final range shortly before firing. Gotcha. Slowly piecing her together. So I guess we could technically... I don't really want to sit here and have everybody stare at the map and the ship as it's moving, but at the same time I don't want to speed through it and goop it up. We could get an easy hit. Of course, like I said, the way these are going, we don't probably have good odds of this actually detonating. Should be... I guess I'm just going to sit here on this because I'm tired of readjusting the scope every minute. It's down to 15 degrees. We'll rearrange it when he gets a little closer. Would be nice if we get a hit with this, but I won't hold my breath. See, what would I do without you guys? You should be streaming. I should be watching you and making ridiculous comments in chat. Middle mouse button will time, accelerate by 12. Wow, that is a pro tip right there that I was not aware of. I'm telling you, Jet, you got to get streaming, man, so I can watch you sink like 30 of these in one patrol instead of you watching me try to sink 2. 8 degrees, so we've dropped them down. What else was I thinking right before I wanted to see about? And we have to rearrange. Correct. Let's as close as we can here. Pretty close. 31. Pro tip with the middle mouse button. Did not know that that is a shortcut to time compression. Five degrees. I don't like to be zoomed all the way in on these, that's for sure. Now, let me pause this and we'll ask the pros in the audience again. So, like, by me waiting this out to decrease that horizontal hit angle, I may be shooting myself in the foot because by the time the torpedo's released and has to travel, he's going to start changing that angle again as he continues. So my best bet may have been to fire this prior to getting down towards 0, correct? Because otherwise I'm giving him an opportunity to hopefully avoid, you know, detonation. Or am I just thinking way too far into it? And I understand there's probably math you could do in reality that they would know will impact perpendicular. Math wasn't my strong suit. That's why I'm asking you, the engineer in the audience. Just about there. See what happens. This isn't max range. That's for me why extreme close is better than this max range stuff. 1K or less. I get it either way. I mean, that it's kind of, again, I think that stuff boils down to a little bit of personal preference for the game. I mean, obviously you can dispute historically, right? But I don't mind, you know, learning the calculations and whatnot. I definitely wouldn't like the idea of having to do like an 11-kilometer shot, but that's amazingly impressive. And Jet, it takes nothing away from doing it much closer either. I mean, obviously it's efficient for you, right? Gets the job done. That's crazy. For me, I think the closer range stuff is, I think finding a happy medium for me is better, because close range is going to be, I don't want to say riskier, but for me, because I'm still learning a lot, it's harder because I'm putting myself sometimes in worse positions, which means that, you know, like I may not always be positioning the ship quite as well as I need to be or could be. Know that it takes over 10 minutes for the torpedo to get to its target at 11 kilometers. Yeah, that's crazy. It's the whole, you know, sniper equation kind of long distance shot thing, right?
Der
You know,
Torpedo
like
ist auf halbem Weg zum Ziel.
the curvature of the earth and things coming into. Yeah, for sure. I don't mind. I like learning from you guys. I mean, that's part of it for me too, is just having fun learning what everybody does and his experience. That's all. I like hearing both sides. At this point, I'm just fingers crossed that we even get a live explosion here and not a thud off of the hull. We do have that extra engineer, so like we talked about earlier, when we get back, assuming we make it back in one piece, we'll try to get somebody on the research. For sure. It's always good fun. I know as soon as I switch to my map, there's going to be no point in trying to watch. Just by the time I come back, it'll take me 30 seconds to get the scope back on him. Let's see what happens, if anything.
Sekunden.
Too much work, Cosmo.
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
10 seconds. No, I don't like it.
Der Aal ging daneben, Herr
Oh
Kaloi.
my gosh.
Torpedoversager.
It was a dud. And look at that. It wasn't even like... I mean, what can you do? We might be busting out Jet's plan of attack and trying to get a little closer and put some HE shells right in this guy's face. Can't believe that. Still got one more. Yeah, we'll have to realign though. We're floating all over the place now. We're gonna do it just because we got one left. Let's get you. Let's pause this for a second. Actually, no, let's not do that. Get him to load that up. Switch to maintenance. Stay parallel. Yes. I guess in hindsight, it would have helped me to have kind of a course laid out for him to better stay parallel too, but at this point, I think it's a little probably late for that. Maybe not. Could always. We can get her close. We'll just let this lapse a little bit while we move. Let's put you on maintenance for said torpedo. Let's get another little point. I hate that so much. Absolutely hate these tags. It's because we lost visual on him now, so it's gonna put that up until I get a visual back on him, which is uber annoying. Close enough. Let's see. Close the gap just a tinge to try to get a visual back on him. You can also cancel the alarm if you want. It can help with crew morale. It's been okay. They're doing pretty good because of the bounty hunt right now. We're early enough on. I haven't really run them through the ringer. They don't get quite the workout like they do with you guys. I guess let's just go ahead and speed up just a tinge to get ahead of him, and then we can worry about getting turned and situated. I cancel alarms more often now so I can send people to bed. Yeah. I definitely don't like it being up constantly, but like Cosmo said, just because of the nationality of the ship, they're gonna trigger it automatically every visual they get on him. Target it and see where you are in terms of firing position. Oh, still moving 12 knots, 3.5 degrees. We could probably get our turn. Well, let's it's just a hair. Problem is, I think I'm actually just running a little wide. No need to turn. What I'm worried about though is if we're gonna be able to see him. So we lost the visual, so when I turn, he might be. Let's Alright, what are we saying here? My men don't, because I zero out the alarm boxes in the white hat area of task. That's a good idea. Cosmo, the TDC takes care of the math for you, come to a stop. So you're saying they're going to adjust automatically based on where... Well, actually, we've got to trickle forward here because we don't have our stern pointed at him. Come on. As long as speed, course, and range are correct. Yeah. Gotta get turned. Speed should have stayed the same because he hasn't been alerted to us. Course, so far, should be, I see what you're saying, and range. Range, we're gonna have to probably check because I tweaked us around a bit there, so that's easy enough though. Time for the moonshot, Jesus. Shoot. What I'm worried about though is this kind of funky angle we're at. Did I get us stopped? Yes. Lord. Why can we not get a lock on him? All the collected data's gone. Target it manually, yeah. Definitely not. You were too long out of visual range, yeah. Technically, we could try to cheat a bit, probably plug in the same speed, and like I said, I guess it's not gonna distance and course because I tweaked our positioning just a tad. Oh, what the hell? Oh my god. Falling apart out here. I hit recognize on the C3. Did it kick it clear off? Oh my gosh. What a mess. All because I lost that visual. Now it comes up. I swear I clicked that prior to me trying this and jacking it up. Nice. Love it. 3 wasted attempts at speed, which is going to be the same. Alright, course. Let's figure that up real quick. Problem is, let's see, 69. Did he get that? That could be another cause for concern here. I need to double check and make sure. I'm pretty sure I had him already perform the maintenance. Yeah, although we've burned through a decent bit of it. Distance, let's get this lined up. Just shy of 3 kilometers. 7-degree horizontal hit angle, so we may have just made our cutoff, I guess. Last one hit, looked perfect on the map, but we just got the dud again. You don't move the periscope to line up the water line. You lost me on that one, I guess. So you're saying we would line up the mast and then just get like something like that, you mean, without fine-tuning the adjustment? I gotcha. Okay. So we're at 7 degrees.
Hoch 5, Gewässer. Los!
It's gonna be off. It's climbing fast. I feel like he's either We'll see. The last one had a good looking angle and everything where it would have impacted when it hit based on our, visual on the map, just looking at it, but we just didn't get the explosion. This is all we got here. After this, it is deck gun or nothing. I hope so. I hope so. Noticed how the predicted horizontal impact angle changed after you flooded the tube. Yeah. So I guess the biggest lesson for me starting to wrap my head around it that I've learned from you guys helping out through these streams has been the understanding of how important it is for me to keep visual on them, like the appropriate distance. Because when I first started playing this, I was absolutely all over the place. Like, I don't know what speed setting the default is with no tube flooded. It is on these T2s, I think it was 30 knots. Sounds right. Pretty sure. Visual or hydrophone contact, yeah. Hate that the scope keeps. See what happens. Maybe a boom or maybe just another thud. TDC uses some other value, maybe whatever the T5 speed is. Yeah, you can change on there. I know that there's like, well, I guess it depends too on like type of torpedo and everything. There's like 44, 30, I think there's at least one or two more. Yeah.
30 Sekunden.
30 seconds.
Sekunden. 10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Fingers crossed. Please don't dud, for the love of all things holy.
Torpedoversager.
Wow, that is horrible. Man, I think that's literally been like 6 dud T2s this patrol between stern and bow. So that's at least, I know there was no less than 3, possibly 4 of what we fired off the bow that were duds. 3 at least, possibly 4. So we're talking 6. T2s suck. Throw them overboard. Dump them. Yeah, I mean, we had some T1s on board. That's just all we had. It was all that was left. That's all right. It's good practice for getting everything situated and learning those little tips you guys are able to point out. Well, we're going to revert to our deck gun tactic, I believe, and see what we can do here. Let's see. He's trucking along at 12 knots. Let's see. Get moving a little quickly here just to... You don't need help. Until we get closer, we're not going to worry about getting anybody on the deck gun. What's annoying is what was Jet's little trick to getting him forced onto that gun? Wasn't it setting sleep at 12? Does this have to be 11 or do I have to bump? No? Definitely not a fan of that aspect of the mod. Put another leader on the flak battery also will help in the fight. Well, right now we're trying to remember, what did you tell me earlier that we had to switch to have? 12 on rest, 11 on the gun. This is the boss fight of this patrol. Must be. Put a 10 or a 9 in the flak box. Put captain on it. So am I gonna have to zero him out on everything else like we're doing for Kurt to be on deck gun? I'm gonna assume that's the case to force him on. I gotcha. For speed. So why is it still not forcing Kurt on? What did I goof up with that number to not allow him to switch? Does this have to be 11 and 10? It doesn't seem to want to put him on the deck gun. Because the 88 number is higher. I hate this. Like, there's got to be a better way to set it up for myself in the future so we don't have to rip all the schedule or task priority out. No sleep for Kurt. You're saying take sleep completely off. God, I feel incredibly stupid trying to figure this out. Question mark. T-man, boats go bird. Yeah, so if I don't change it, but he's not going to the deck gun. I get what you're telling me, but I don't understand why it's not forcing him on. Can I just put him on something else and then cancel direct order, maybe? Of course, it's like rough as hell, too. We're gonna try to do Kurt Hoffman, right here. And we have him currently. All he's got is deck gun and sleep. There's nothing else. So if I cancel direct, give it a second, see if he actually goes to it, which it doesn't look like he is. He's going to sleep. Sucks. Select 2, click the bed order twice to try to reset. Select 2, then tab. I don't follow you there. There's no... something's goofed up with it. Like, I kind of understand what you guys are getting at, but it's not, I don't know, unless I'm just really misunderstanding, which I probably am, because I don't get why it either won't force him into it like it did earlier with Jet's tip, but we can't get him to do anything other than go to sleep. Here's Hoffman. Zeroed out, it's 11 on deck gun. And then all the way down to sleep is a 12. Which is, I thought, how we did it before when we forced them onto it. But maybe I'm missing something. Change him. We can do... I mean, from Chief Boatswain. I tried this once before with the gunner thing and it wouldn't do it either. See if the tab field has the gun there. Yeah. I think I checked that before and I could never get it to do it either. I swear it's something busted with it. Because nothing's changed. There's no... Yeah, he's off boatswain again. We're back on the gunner. I know the little bit of lag between what you guys see and what I've done when I'm moving fast. But like right now he's on gunner. We can even strip off, like say, we'll take the flak off. Let's put an 11 in here. And there's nothing. About to get spotted because I've been horsing with this crap for 30 minutes, confused. Cruising around at 17 knots, not paying attention. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I can't switch. The other guys aren't even able to. Time to go home, time to go home. Restart the save file, I think. His shift jet is right here. 5 on, 3 off, repeat. Opposite of captain. For the most part, they have that little bit of overlap on their 5 hours. Time was, what time we got right now? It's night. Change all his boxes to gray out. There are other people saying it's related to rough seas. Could be. That's what I mean. I think that UBE mod kind of, tweaks a few things that you're not always kind of figuring out until later. Good idea, Jet. We'll try it. At this point, we'll try anything. There, it worked. Let's slow down a tinge here and try to get our bearings a bit. I don't know. I mean, maybe it is normal stuff. I generally don't have much trouble with like their scheduling and task and whatnot. I think something with that UBE mod, I feel like it's changed something though, unless it's just in game, and I don't know, somehow I never had that issue. Like before, I could always just go through, like you could tab, go to him and say, oh, okay, like I want you on deck gun, and throw him on at any time, like whether he was already doing a task or not. This has been like his option to do, it's not even listed. Like it's, something's different, where I've managed to tweak something that I didn't intend to, I guess. I don't know. Yikes. We're gonna have to try to close this up. And also probably, I don't know if I can hit it at this kind of speed. Schedules weren't set, then I would say is the problem. I don't know. I think it's got something to do with the fact that I chose to mod it into this save file, so that was probably like a major no-no. But what are you gonna do? You can always start over a new one. It's not like I'm that deep into it. I don't think there's any way in hell I'm gonna hit this guy at this speed from this distance. As soon as we fire on him, he's gonna get alerted, so yeah, crew management, I get it. It's just ironing out the kinks, I guess. I don't know. For me, I feel like I had an easier time of it before. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. There's no way in hell I'm gonna hit that. Yeah, overthinking, that's a major thing I do. Is that us getting shot at? Oh yeah. This is gonna get sketchy quick. Short. Let's go ahead and slow this down. I don't want to get that close to this guy, but... Oh, I figured it was them. I could tell that wasn't coming from us. I don't like it, that's for sure. Hit one a little low. Ooh, that was way high. Sink him in self-defense, he shot first. Threw him off for a second because we dropped our speed. The problem is I'm not doing a very good job of hitting him, so I don't know that it's going to help us much. That was high. That hit. Actually, what we need to... Let's see. It's going to be low. Damn. It's really hard with the water moving the way it is. Greedo shot first, and why not C3? Bad time for a radio message, guys. Click the enemy ship on the map and tell Hoffman to cut loose. I mean, we can do it without me being on there. I feel like sometimes the AI, I don't know, does an okay job, and sometimes... Did we stop? No. That's weird. Let's, see if we can even get a hit on him. He's radioing, too. Don't like that. He's not even close. That was close. Oh boy. Bad news bears. You on engines. think our engines just took a shit, actually. Yeah, I think we are effed on this one. Put ourselves into a bad position. Oh my god. Worst case scenario. I can't get him on the engine because the engine's taking damage. He's repairing it, so it's not doing anything unless we... Oh my god. Yeah, this is... I think this one's a wrap. God. Good lord, they like hit... C3 is a more stable gun platform. Yeah. Now the problem becomes...
Kapitän.
I know you guys have parts. You're good on that. I need one of the radio men to get up there and get... we're screwed with those engines down. There's no way unless I can get electric. If that's even going to let us do it. I would have to get gnawed on. See if they can even do it. Yeah, I know we need to maneuver. We got to get this turd rolling. Alright, at least we're moving. Let's, we're about to get hit again. The only saving grace we have is now we've started moving. It might throw them off for just a bit. Hopefully they get him some help here. I don't know if I want to try to get back on that 88 the way he jacked us up, and until those diesels are back online. He's still ironing out the repair on that.
Erledigt. Schaden repariert.
Alright, diesels are back online. Let's let him check for more repairs. We are barbecued. Yeah. We're gonna... Oh my god. Shit. Where do we have the leak? Oh god, we got a bunch of people hurt too. And see, what I don't like about this is it takes them off of, like, everything is so skewed now, having to delete that stuff manually, which I hate. Let's see if we can avert a crisis here. You're showing too much of your boat to the enemy. I know. We're not in a good position right now. I'm just trying to do some damage control mentally. Right, profile. For sure. Right now I want those guys off. The deck guns though is the problem, because I'm not going to try to engage this guy while we've got 3 or 4 crew members busted up. Should be prioritizing med kits. I must have missed that one before. I hear what you guys are saying about the profile and everything. I'm just trying to make sure we don't fill this sucker full of water either. I think we're a little too late. I was too slow on this. Over top of us. We are a barbecued, charred mess, that's for sure. You gonna wish that evil on me, Cosmo? Yeah, we know there's damage up there. We took several shells direct to like the conning tower. Like, good lord, how it didn't shear that thing off. C3 chases and sinks U-boat. Good headlines for UK. Our merchants don't fear anything. Not much water in there, thankfully. We were surfaced and not under at the time. Sailors patched up, it looks like. Good lord. He gets to win this fight, I guess. Far enough behind him, I think we're safe from that. Below deck there, buddy. Let's get away from him just enough to... Bad part is, like I said, all this wandering around, I didn't get the progress on the patrol, so now we're still less than a fourth of the way through this whole thing with no torpedoes. It's almost, I'm gonna have to resupply. This is damaged. I don't know that we know yet. Right here. Maybe? Yeah, I'm not super worried about that. Let's... I'd like him to find that repair. Resupplier just finished up the distance requirement. Yeah. got for this guy? Handyman, salvager, mechanic. I guess at this point it might make sense to give him a little repair perk. Well, nobody died. The boat's still in one piece, relatively. We're a little burnt up, but that happens, I guess. I'd like them to find that whatever's going on with this little repair so we could, is that on the deck, maybe? Probably, because we pretty much took a direct hit right to that thing. Oh yeah, still learning. At this point, I guess, let's get the hell away from him, and I still need to get us somewhere in the vicinity of there, which should at least count toward the patrol distance. I really didn't expect his accuracy, like the AI, to really do a number like that. Like, again, I guess that's rookie things. I've never dealt with C3s before, so now you know. Don't really foil with those too much. Good learning experience, yeah, for sure. About the little bit that's in here. The bad part for me in that, like, trying to think clearly through it, was the fact that the diesels took the beating and it pretty much killed those, because I thought that it was like Jet had said, because Horst Weber, whatever, had moved off the diesels, but he was on the diesels just repairing them, so it was like a double-edged sword, like kind of screwed. Switching to electric got us moving at least, but it was that at that point it was a little too late. We took it in the teeth. But oh well. What is this? Empire cabin under attack. That was probably what they radioed. Which actually, yeah, we probably shouldn't linger. They're gonna send in planes or something. Shut that off. Is it going to take them to find that damage? I was more worried too about the couple sailors, the one on the deck gun, that explosion, like the shell just kind of jacked him up. I didn't want to lose him. Yeah, it gets hairy for sure. We've talked about it, you know, when the planes fly over. Cosmo saw we had a plane in the middle of the night when we were approaching that other convoy. Thankfully we got away from it, but middle of the night, pitch black, planes. Two. It ended up being two. It was not a fun time. Stress. Poor old U-boat's gonna need a little buff. Is he seriously about to chase us down? Am I just seeing things? Maybe not. I swore that looked like he was turning west. I was about to be like, let me make sure. No, I don't want cards on there. We don't need that. And I don't want cooking either. Keep this the same for now. Carrier may be nice. Should turn alarm off. Yeah, that's what I half suspected, was that maybe a carrier was nearby, like on the shore. Not shore, but near land. Where we were. Is this dude seriously about to chase us down? Like, you jinxed me with the C3 is gonna, like, come to just annihilate us, Terminator style. No, he's looking though. He went north. That's the C3 that we were after right there. Or, I mean, it could be the C3, or it could have been whatever he radioed. Something popped in to maybe help him that was looking for us. Whatever it is now, it looks like it's... I think it's the C3, I would venture to guess, but he looked like he turned a little more north there. Yeah, it's moving away for sure. For a second, it looked like I thought it was going to tail us. They find that we still haven't found this. Oh, I think that's up on top is why. Is there any way I can have them? Where's our other? Go check it out. If I go check it out, what am I going to shoot it with? We're down to the deck gun. We don't have anything. At this point, I'm trying to debate on it's going to be a long, dull, kind of cheesy patrol if I don't resupply. But if I resupply, we've got to get going the other way toward a friendly port somewhere. Drinks. I don't know if your time accelerated a bunch. A little bit. I kept it slow. We didn't jump ahead more than like 48x. Now if I call for a resupply on radio, I think it's the C3, and we definitely didn't see it anywhere coming from the direction we were headed, so I think it's him just either looking to see if we're still lingering around or damaged. What I have to figure out is what I want to do for resupply. Calling for resupply won't do anything. You don't have milk cows yet. Oh, nice. Too early for that still, 1939. Well, the only port we have is we're a ways away from anything we could... We might have to just do our little patrol and suffer through for the distance covered. We're well over the tonnage, and then maybe use like deck gun on easy hand-picked targets. Can I take doesn't show that. Due to material fatigue from recent damage, equipment has become vulnerable to any further stress. It will easily break if we receive any further damage. That's good. Just what we need, a compromised hatch when we're in a submarine. That's great. I go in ports. I don't... Jet, you're gonna laugh at me. We don't have that built yet. Be nice if we did, though. that's the... Yeah, right here. So I guess I mixed up the names. I don't have the one that gives you the option in research to build the other. I think that's like somewhere down here maybe. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, it's a ways away, but I guess it's probably a better idea. It's a long haul. We were just talking about the hatch, but my question is, I probably would have to trigger an alarm to even get them to be able... Oh, are you kidding me right now? That's a plane? Where in the hell did they see that? No, that's not a plane. It's the X for the waypoint. Good God. Lord, that's where we want to go. Won't freak out next time I see the little X on there that from the Zoom I was on looks like a plane. The hatch, 140 better, you'll be there soon, yeah. My question is, to repair that, do we have to be under an alarm? Because I can't seem to manually... Oh, we can. Okay, perfect. He's got parts. That'll work. Let's let him repair that really quickly, and then we'll just speed up. Definitely wanted to make sure that got handled. We'll get him a little extra XP since he's one of the newer officers. Perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's speed her up. Let's top that off, I guess, and I should probably do a little micromanaging and check out their food sitch. Oh boy. 1009 reports group of warships. No thank you, not while we're completely dry. Oh boy. Oh, it's another sub, thank God. I was about to be like, don't tell me. Yeah, what is up with this? I always like to keep two. Radioman's fine, I'll manually do that. And they each have two. I just wish they would kind of like switch off and on when needed on their shift rather than just keeping them. See, like right now, it's just wasted. It's almost like I... Really? Their U-boat just doesn't quite want to go a different direction than us. Really, guy? Are we playing chicken right now? Warp speed, those numbers are not the thing there. No, I know the crew part, like who's assigned to them, isn't through the task priority. But like, see right here, like it's got them on watch, and I should have 2 guys assigned to them, but there's nothing there. Like it just... I feel like UBE kind of makes it so it wants you to like micromanage it more than the base game did. I gasped when I saw you going at warp speed at that U-boat. It looks like he finally stopped. Like he realized, like, oh, hey, somebody's there. I was like, this is the cursed save file. Like it would make all too much sense for us to plow right into a friendly U-boat while trying to resupply. Like he finally backed off. Like, oh, this guy's crazy. His ship's all burnt and crispy. Like, what the hell's going on over there? U-48s. Generally, the way to learn that menu is to manually add men to the officers and see who the computer assigns to them. I'll have to dig into it a little more when we get back. That's alright, one thing at a time. This does pull from the pool of available crew. Yeah. I see what you're saying. See which ones are being sent to them and then assigned specifically. I'll tinker with it a bit. I should have a little more time tomorrow to do a few things off stream and maybe iron out some questions I have with it. Get it smoothed out, so to speak. Sighted a small group merchant ships. No, not going to worry about it right at the moment until we get some torps. I'm a ways away. Jeesh. I'm so skittish about the high time compression because I feel like anytime I've been like, oh yeah, it's fine, like, what the hell we got going on here? See, that's where it goofs me up, when it's got 4 sailors that were assigned that could have been on engines, keeping us at top speed. But yeah, when I use the crazy high time compression, like 6500, I know it gets you there in like 10 seconds, but I feel like I'll get an airplane or something right in our face. 165. I'm not going to worry about too much of these until we actually have something to fight with. When you add sailors from the officer at port, you can read the crew backgrounds and see what they're good at. Once they're on the boat, we can't see a profile anymore. I see. So the only way to know is to see how the computer assigns them. Gotcha. Good to know. Go ahead and hit 6,500 just a tad. Falling slower right is really handy for that. Yeah, I remember you'd kind of pointed that out to me before. Seeing some names and what they're on. I hate that though. And how is he like not getting rest now? That's really wonky. I'm telling you. I never put Kurt back on schedule. Ay. Ay, 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 ay. That's what goofs me up in this game, is learning but forgetting all the little things that you adjust on the fly. So what was I talking about with... Yeah, I wanted to see Nod. He's got sleep on there, so why the hell... They're all three on engines. The all-ones are usually engine dudes. I don't do officer shifts. Well, that's what I mean. Maybe it's... I know everybody keeps telling me, like, it doesn't change, it's something I did or whatever, but my argument with it was the scheduling always worked, like, flawlessly, and now it's, like, super wonky. Tip for rearming, you don't have to buy all your torpedoes in one go. If they run out of your favorite, use the skip time feature to load the ones you've already bought at the store or restock. Good to know. Like right now, okay, like prime example, right? Just real quick, like of what, like I'm trying to decipher myself, is like Nod's been on engines like this whole time, basically through a, we'll say a day. It's been less than 24 hours, but whatever, a nice chunk of time. They're on a schedule, so why has Weber been idle this entire time? You have 8 officers and 2 of them are spent. No, I know, but that's what I'm saying, Jet. Like, something is goofy where it's not letting them go to their normal scheduled rest. Like I follow what you're saying, but like, look, I have schedules set up where they should take time off, like rest, right? It's the shifts. I mean, I know you're saying you don't use them, but I've always used them prior. So, like, how did I magically just start having really bad problems? Schedules. Yeah, I got you. It's so goofy. Like, let me look at something really quickly, though. Yeah, I know we got all these guys that are gassed now, which I don't know. It's just got me confused, I guess. Maybe I'll have to do some research tonight to figure out where the hell I went wrong with it. Which means you're gonna have to do site observation. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like that something changed somewhere, or I misknowingly changed something that I didn't want to change, because generally I never had a problem, an issue with those. But since modding, I had trouble. Yeah, I mean, I side with you there, Cosmo. I don't like that level of micromanaging. Like, I'm okay with how I had it set up prior, where I could do little tedious stuff like check on the galley for the food. If I don't mind assigning somebody to like warm up torpedoes or maintenance or whatever like that. But I don't want to micromanage like observation. I don't want to micromanage engine coverage. Don't want to necessarily micromanage, like, you know, various stuff like that. The guys that are problems, gray them out and do them one at a time if you want to automate everything. We'll check it out. Because I definitely, like you said, I had 2 guys right there completely gassed, or 3, and I definitely don't want it set up like that. Like, it's not what I'm aiming to do. That for speed. I guess it's all about finding balance, right? You know, between what works for you and what you like to do. Because like I said, I like a little bit of it. Like, I don't mind the micromanaging, but I definitely don't want to do every little thing. Because then it's just a constant back and forth, and, you know, next thing you know, 2 hours have gone by and you haven't gotten anywhere. Crew are not as good as crash diving as officers are, for example. Sure. So they're all rested up for the most part. Let's see what happens if we do cancel direct orders, see where they go here. Got somebody on engines, that's good. Observation. He's still carrying that crew with him, which is a little annoying. So we've got... Yeah, when aircraft suddenly appear, for sure. Terrifying. Shut the red lights off. I'll do some tweaking with it a little bit, see what I can figure out, and maybe make some adjustments for tomorrow. Plan on streaming tomorrow night, and I'll try to get a little longer run in too, so maybe I can iron that out tonight. I'd like to play with that a bit and see personal preference. That's why I like this game so much. You can do what you want. Yeah, for sure. That's a large part of the appeal for me. It's just figuring that out, I guess, what you like. Let's see how close we are here. Ships. No thanks. Any game is arguably, to me, better when they definitely give you more freedom of choice, for sure. I don't like things that shoehorn you into one thing and done, which I've played many like that, so I totally get it. Oh god, we're back into the monsoon. Good thing that hatch is patched up, I guess, huh? Take everyone off radio if you just want to get there. Oh, I see what you're saying, just for not worrying about transmissions. We'll get there. Right now... That's like, almost looks like a little bit of snow there. That UBE has made it a little glitchy too, like it's really, I get little lag spikes in game that have nothing to do with the stream. I think doing it on a previous save file was a bad move, like I shouldn't have done that. I can always start a fresh one. Yeah, sometimes you want to ignore HQ in the heat of battle, for sure. Understand that. Go ahead and slow ourselves down a tinge, for I've never resupplied here, so I don't want to go slamming us into land. This port is funky. That sounds like it bodes well for me. I think what I'll do is tonight, when I'm done with the stream, I'll tweak a few things and try to do some reading even and see what I can do to kind of smooth out the crew and scheduling to where I can work with it or build from it, and then we might start a fresh save file. We're only in December 1939, So I'll just start over and I'll either do it with mods, or I may do, honestly, just I'll do the base game because, you know, learn the fundamentals. Heat of battle, this port is funky. Once by the lighthouse, speed 1 only, flag out also. Really? I forgot that we took the old, oops, not what I wanted to do. For crying out loud. There we go. Always flag out when entering port if the port is armed. Yes, Cosmo. Interesting. That's good to know because I would have not known that either. Let's speed up a tad. I sank a friendly once and became a pirate. Could not go anywhere. You're just screwed. Starved to death out there. They don't care. So where do we want to go in this port? Do I need to take us inside of the lighthouse here, or are we wanting to go outside and into one of these docks? Did you wear your eye patch? Just the creek green. A friend had the pirate flag. Forward 1. What the hell? 6 meters of water? What happened in here? Wait, what? WTF. How did we get that much water that quickly, though? Hatch was open? All because I tweaked? Wow. I would not have thought that would have been 6 meters. Good lord. Whew. Rough evening for me, I guess. Good lord. Sorry, guys. Was not trying to cause more issues than needed. I guess with it being rough, and if that hatch was open, it just took a big gulp. Where the hell are we going here? Lord, can't believe that. It's most definitely what it was, since it's pretty much all in that center compartment. Times 12 until you get close. Yeah. .5 knot wind. Good lord. Guess it's a good reason to be at port and resupply. Oh my god, it looks like it's blowing us literally off course. Yeah, I'm not liking that. It look like we're struggling a little to get this school bus turned in here. okay there, game? We crapping the bed a little bit? Are we gonna make this turn, or am I gonna have to slam this thing into reverse and straighten her out so we don't slam into that dock? Because it sure looks like we might slam into that dock. Good lord. I don't trust that we can get that cut over. So what if you scrape the pier? I mean, are we trying to stress this already charred hull we have? I just don't think we're gonna make that turn. There's no way. We just look like we're inching towards it. That was my assumption, was the reverse. Oh my god. I seriously think it's the goddamn wind. Straighten this out. There, we've already slammed into it. I love that. Yeah, on the map. Right here. Well, at this point, we have no choice but to try to back up, so. We're gonna back up just enough. And try to get a little. Right. I got you guys. That, I'm telling you, that 25 knot wind, I think literally blew us, carried us right in there into the damn dock. I thought when we slowed it down, I felt like you could see on the map, it looked like we were kind of drifting further east than we intended, and I feel like that was why. Like, we weren't off course that much, and it just kind of did its own thing. Your captain is ready to leave and go see the dude. The F key is your flashlight for darkness. Copy. Alright. Well, we survived. Poor old U-48, man. She's looking rough. She is looking rough. You'll have to walk to him. I got you. These guys off just to give them a little bit of a break. So we gotta hoof it up there, huh? Oops. Yeah, this is a first for me, being at a friendly port where we can resupply. Or click the captain thing and then where you want to go. So you could do... Oh, I guess, okay. Either way, whatever. Alright. So we want to try to grab T1s where possible after our fiasco. How many more do we have? 2? So that'll give us 6 out of the 8. I usually exercise them. I don't mind either way. That doesn't bother me to walk a little bit. Kind of gives you a chance to do something a little different. And I guess we will take 2 T2s. Or your tip earlier, I think, was it Cosmo? You told me to let them load and then I got you. Yeah. So let's do that. Probably should have tried to grab some spare parts. And I should have checked, might have to check med kits. Might as well refuel while we're here. Scroll down too. Good call, there were more. And stern. You know what we'll have to do though that might goof us up? We'll have to get these loaded and then load them into the tubes. So then I wonder if we can still, I guess it doesn't really matter if it takes some extra time, right? To be able to grab to refill what was loaded. Oh, they'll do it for you? I gotcha. Okay, good to know. What else was I gonna check? I guess I gotta check that on. Can I drop survivors here? I don't see, maybe we can't do it here. We can't. Alright. Docking, currently not possible, blah blah blah. Let's check. I wanted to get a look at the med kit situation. So he used 3. So let's try to grab, I guess first let's do, we'll have to get another aft tube torpedo for storage if you want to in the rear. Only 17 hours to get torpedoes on board. Let's do, bring you up here, transfer those, and then our engineers for parts. I think those are in the other storage. No, they are back there. Alright, so we're not as bad on those. It looks like he can still get,
Was brauchst du, Herr Kalon? Schau mal.
get 3 more of those. Grab whatever parts we can cram in here. All they have is AP, which I don't think. Didn't really use any flak ammo. I'm not as worried about that, to be honest. Try to avoid airplanes when possible. Don't think there's really much else. I guess if I really wanted to, I could top off a little bit of food while they have it. We got plenty. I'll add some more time, Cosmo, but there is no limo dude here, so no fear of ending mission early. I gotcha. Load up on the free food. Was it free? I don't think it was free. Oh, I see what you're saying, like the potatoes. Might as well. Fill her up. Never hurts to have excess. So I think everything else is pretty much good, right? We offloaded our survivors. We got torpedoes coming on. We just have to check.
Was brauchst du, Herr Kalon? Schau mal.
just have to skip through the time here to... And I guess one last look to see...
Was brauchst du, Herr Kalon? Schau mal.
Yeah, we can still get... Grab what T1s we can. Perfect. Appreciate the tips on the torpedoes, guys. I would say that's about it. I cannot get over how bad I feel that my boat looks like this. Like, it's so disrespectful. Look, we got the deck gun cockeyed. It's a train wreck, man. Shoot. I think I might wrap her up there for tonight. We're only about 3 hours and 40 minutes deep, but I do want to iron out some of those issues with the crew, and I don't want to do that on stream for everybody, like sit there and tweak and me try to read and figure it out. It's just kind of boring. No point in you guys sitting there. But tomorrow I will definitely be around. I'm getting back to my daily schedule here, so it should be a little easier for me to stream more frequently than every couple days. One more tip, right-clicking will load something from the shop to your boat. You need not drag it. Another pro tip, like the mouse wheel. I appreciate it, Cosmo. That's why you guys are the best.
Was brauchst du, Herr Kalon? Schau mal.
Changed, yeah, we had deck gun filled. It's about as good as we can get, really. Good to know, though. And I guess tomorrow we'll see what we can do with this poor charcoal U-48. I feel bad. Feels bad. But yeah, I think we'll keep her there and wrap it up. And I'll do my research on the crew and take those tips and advice into consideration, Jet. I will look at that for, like how you explained, to see which crew, you know, are like best assigned to which roles. That makes sense, so I'll definitely look into that. Like I said, I like a little micromanaging for sure, like that's part of the game for me, but I definitely don't want to feel like I do too much of it. There's like a balance for sure. More control. Okay. We'll look into it and see. Like I said, it's going to be finding that balance between them. Like Cosmo said, he doesn't like to do everything. I can understand that part too. We'll find some balance. Alright guys, we'll catch you tomorrow for sure. I appreciate everybody stopping by and throwing the tips out there. We survived a pretty terrible encounter with a C3, so it was a good experience. But alright guys, we'll see you tomorrow.